Good morning, children. So in the previous class we have learnt about the smartphone. Is it my smartphone? And today we will go for the next lesson, that is mother tell us a story. So here the children, they asked to the mother, their parents, to tell a story. So mother, she does not know to describe, to tell the stories, and she wants to learn the stories and she wants to say to her children. So this is a mother story. So how she can learn the stories? Storytelling goes back to ancient times. So when we describe about the story, when we say about the story, we say about the stories of ancient times. Ancient times. So ancient time, there was a king, there was a queen, they used to do the good things. So these are the things, that story will be describing about the ancient times. Long before writing was invented. But where do stories come from? So stories comes from different cultures. Our culture explains the origin of story differently. So we describes our culture in the form of stories. This popular folk tale from African describes how a woman found stories for her children. So this is the story of African mother. She found a stories to tell her children. So children, they asked mother to tell the stories, but mother, she do not know the stories and she wants to find the stories and she wants to say to her children. So this is how the mother, she find the stories. Mother tell us a story. Manza's children said when they sat around the fire at night. So mother tell us stories. Who is saying that? Manza's children. So here the mother is Manza. Who is mother? Manza. So mother name is Manza. So here Manza's children are saying, mother, tell us stories. So when they sat around the fire at night, Manza couldn't think of a story, however had she thought. No one else in the village knows stories. So first time they are asking about the stories. So Manza, she do not know about the stories, and no one knows in the stories in the village. No one knows the stories in the village. The village where these story-seeking children lived was in Zulu land, where they used to live. The children and Manza, they used to live in Zulu land. Where they used to live? Zulu land. Zulu land in Africa. So Manza and her children, they used to live in Zulu land in Africa. People hunted for meat or till the land in the village. So here the people mostly they depend on the hunting the animals. Sometimes they fished or caught crabs. So sometimes they used to catch fish or crabs. The villagers who were clever with their hands moved baskets and made wooden carvings. So some of the people, they used to make wood carving baskets over the baskets. The cleverest of them was Janjali, Manza's husband. So Janjali, he was Manza's husband. He was very cleverest. So he knows to weave the baskets and wood carpets, wooden carving. Janjali. Janjali was a Manza's husband. He carved birds, trees, plants, flowers and animals. However, he know no story. So he was a cleverest. He carves the pictures of animals, birds, trees, plants. But he do not know the stories. Even though he is a clever in the wood carving, but he do not know the stories. One day Janjali told Manza, go look for stories. So what happened? The children, they are asking asking about the stories. So Janjalin says to Manza, go and look for the stories. I will look after our home and children. So generally what he is saying, I will look after the home and children. You go and find the stories. Manza thought it was very good idea. She packed some food and kissed her children with her basket on her head and the colorful beads on her dress, saying Manza set out to look for stories. So Manza thought it was a good idea. So Janjalin, what he said, he will look after the home and her children, and Manza, you have to go and find the stories. So Manza thought it was a good idea and she packed the food in the basket and wear the colorful dress, colorful beads. Manza set out to look for stories. A hare looked at her curiously. Manza knew that the hare was thickly fellow, but she decided to ask him if he know any stories. So a hare. So when Manza is moving towards forward, she has found a hare. She has saw a hare, rabbit. So Manza knew that the hare was a tricky fellow. Hare was a tricky fellow. So hare can tricks. It can has many tricks. But she decided to ask him. So if know any stories. So Manza, she asked a hare that it can know any stories. You know, never know who can be of help. Oh, clever hare, she said in a fluttering tone. Do you know any stories? So Manza, she called the hare. Oh, clever hare. See, in a fluttering tone. Do you know any stories? My children want to hear stories every evening. So she asked to the hare. Oh, clever hare. Do you know any stories? My children wants to listen stories every evening. Stories, the hare said. I know millions, but I have more important things to do. So saying, he bounded off, ran off with leaping. So what the hare, she has given reply? It has given reply. So I have an important work. So now there is, I know a lot of stories, but I have important work. Now I can't help you. So it ran away from there. Manza, no, he was lying. He had no stories. So Manza is thinking that he don't have any stories. He was lying. He was a real trickster. The Manza met Fen the baboon. Next, after the hare, the Manza, she met the baboon. She met the baboon. She was playing with her babies. The baboon was playing with her babies. Fen, she called. Do you tell your kids stories? So Manza, she is asking to the baboon. Fen, do you say stories to your babies? What are stories? Asked Fen. I am busy keeping in my baby's feed and warm. So here the baboon is saying, I am busy to look after my babies and to keep them warm. I have no time for anything else. I have no time for anything else. Singing, Manza went on. She saw an owl in a wild fig tree. Oh, owl, she called. After the baboon, so what she has watched an owl. And she called, oh, owl, do you have any stories for me to take home? The owl was upset because her sleep had been disturbed. So the owl was sleeping. Suddenly Manza, she has disturbed the owl. You woke me up for stories, she hooted. Humans cannot live in a peace and are always looking for something. She grumbled as she settled down and began to nod off again. Understood, na children? So the owl shouted on Manza that you have disturbed my sleep, so you don't have any work. So always the people, they do something, and she grumbled as she settled and began to nod off. She saw an elephant. Next, she saw an elephant ears clapping as he ate bananas. Kind elephant, she said, do you know any stories? My children are hungry for some tales. So she asked to the elephant, do you have any stories? So my children are hungry for some tales. Where can I look for them? The elephant felt sorry for her. I don't know any stories. So, oh Amma, I don't have any stories. The elephant has given reply. He said, but the king of birds, the eagle, flies high in the sky and sees many things others do not. So next the eagle, so which is flying in the high sky. So it has observed, sees many things others do not. That is a good idea. Manza exclaimed. Thank you. Manza saw the great fish eagle near the mouth of the Tungli river, a river in the South Africa. Swooping down from the sky, talons outstretched to grab a fish. Oh great eagle, she called. So when the eagle, so it was the fish in the river, she came down and it grabbed the talons to catch the fish. So the Manza, she was the eagle and she called the eagle, oh great eagle. Startled, the eagle dropped the fish he had packed. So when she called, he'll drop over the fish. He landed on the shore near Manza. What do you want? So the eagle asked Manza, what do you want? He asked, oh great and wise eagle, Manza said flutteringly. For the eagle was a vain bird. My children are hungry for stories, but we have none. Do you know of any that I can take back to them? So here the eagle, Manza is asking to the eagle, do you have any stories that my children wants to listen the stories? Well, the eagle said, feeling important. I am wise, but I only know of things on the earth. There is one who knows the secrets of the deep dark ocean. Perhaps he could help you. So here the eagle is saying, there is one wise man who lives in the deep sea. They know about the stories. I will try and call him for you. Stay here and wait for me. So Manza waited for the fish eagle to return. Understand, children? So the eagle, it has given in the deep ocean. There is help you. No secrets. There is one who knows the secret. There is a person who knows the secrets in the deep ocean. He may help you to tell the stories. The eagle, it has given the reply, and you stay near the ocean, near the sea. I will come back. So next section 2. Tomorrow I will go for the section 2. Okay na children? So section 1 is completed. Homework is read page number 18, 19, 20, 21. Read page number 19, 20, 21. Okay now children, so this is your homework. Once again revise the lesson by reading your textbook. Okay now children, thank you.